Over the weekend, Donald Trump announced the strategic cryptocurrency reserve with 5 different tokens. Of course, you've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, but he also has Solana, XRP, and Cardano. And I know for many of you are saying, I have no idea what those words mean. Well, I'll break it down for you very quickly as we get into the story. It basically means cryptocurrencies back on a menu, boys. A strategic reserve means the U.S. is going to be buying up large quantities of these cryptocurrencies or tokens, and that will likely cause the prices to go up.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Ooh, you heard that right. Looks like Mr. Trump is going to move the United States into cryptocurrencies as a reserve currency. So what does this mean for cryptocurrencies? And what is my opinion on them? I'll share them both with you here in just a moment. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. So you heard that right from Tim Pool, announcing that over the weekend, Trump is looking to use cryptocurrencies as a strategic reserve. Let's listen once again and then get into this.
Over the weekend, Donald Trump announced the strategic cryptocurrency reserve with 5 different tokens. Of course, you've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, but he also has Solana, XRP, and Cardano. And I know for many of you are saying, I have no idea what those words mean. Well, I'll break it down for you very quickly as we get into the story. It basically means cryptocurrencies back on a menu, boys. A strategic reserve means the U.S. is going to be buying up large quantities of these cryptocurrencies or tokens, and that will likely cause the prices to go up. There's a variety of reasons why the U.S. would do this. Namely, cryptocurrency is popular. It is a decent investment. It has seen massive growth. It is utilized by countries all over the world, namely El Salvador, of course. But there is value in this asset, whatever your view of it may be. It is a digitally scarce resource. Can only go down. The value can only go up. There's a lot to break down on how Bitcoin operates. Technically, that could change. But suffice it to say, the world has embraced it. And it's a means of transferring wealth, holding wealth, and for some, even speculating and making money. And thus, the U.S., late to the game, is getting on board with Bitcoin. I don't know if they've announced the exact number that we're going to see purchased. But there are other questions about why Solana, XRP, and Cardano, again, you probably never even heard of those cryptocurrencies. Well, we in the industry like to refer to those as ish coins.
Shit coins. That's what he's talking about. Meme coins. All right. I can tell you the people jumping up and down right now and going, see, I told you. Nasera Jacera. I can see it already, man. They seem to forget what they claimed was those cryptos would be used with the quantum financial system. Do you guys remember that? So Trump sends crypto prices soaring after a surprise announcement of strategic government reserves. This article came out today. It isn't the only one that said that cryptos were taken off after this announcement. There was this article. Now, the weird thing is when I first popped it up here, it said something along the lines that Bitcoin prices soar. Now, when I got back here, you can see it's changed for some reason. It's pretty crazy. So are cryptocurrencies jumping up? Are they soaring? Let's take a look. Yikes. Bitcoin is down $8,537.96. Ethereum is down $374.24. XRP is down 53 cents. Solana, by the way, I named these particular cryptos because these were the ones that people asked for the most. Solana is down $34.96. So no, cryptos did not jump up and take off after the announcement. But having said that, that does not mean that it won't take off, especially once the United States starts purchasing the cryptocurrencies. It definitely is going to make the price jump up. So here's what I say about cryptocurrencies, and I've been saying this for a long time. I don't have any faith in cryptocurrencies whatsoever. As a matter of fact, all cryptocurrencies is just another form of fiat. Now, I know there's people out there going, man, according to the QFS system, it's going to be backed by gold, copper, zinc, toilet paper, and everything else that's valuable. No, there's literally nothing out there outside of the people that talk about QFS, and those people in the whole Nasera Jacera community believe that. There's nothing out there that says that that's what's going to really happen. So that's a false story. I've spoken about this many times. So there has been a major push to push people in the United States into digital currencies, the central bank digital currency. So it's amazing to me that you'll bitch and complain and say you don't want the central bank digital currency, but yet you'll support a cryptocurrency, which is just a digital currency. And you can jump up and down and try to tell me that, oh, well, it's different. There's nothing different about it. It's crypto. You use a computer to create these things. Anytime you can use a computer to create something, that means that there's ability to get into it, hack it, alter it, change it. Because I hear people say, well, there's a hard cap on Bitcoin. It's 21 million. Can Bitcoin's hard cap of 21 million be changed? Now listen to the wording on this particular article. Bitcoin's hard cap, also known as a supply limit, can theoretically be changed. The point is, it's done on a computer using a program. It can be changed. However, such a change would be very unlikely to occur. There are incentives and governance models in the Bitcoin protocol to protect the hard cap of 21 million. I don't care what they say. If it's done on a computer, it can be hacked. As time goes on, there are different programs and softwares that are introduced to the public, and they become more advanced than the technology being used to create the cryptocurrencies. Eventually, the technology catches up to the cryptocurrencies, and they can be hacked. They can be changed. They can be altered, especially with the quantum system coming up here. Quantum systems have the ability to hack into every single account out there, and it also gives people the ability to steal your cryptos if they wanted to. Anything like that does not make me feel comfortable. This, again, is just my opinion. You can change the amount of cryptocurrencies that are in Bitcoin. It can be done. Some people remember, and some people might not remember. I had a gentleman that I did an interview with that explained to everybody how to hack into Bitcoin. He knew exactly how to do it. He's a computer genius. He knew how to do it. We showed everybody, but he didn't explain it too much. He just said, there is the formula. And he showed everybody what the formula was. So again, another article today. Bitcoin prices loses gains from Trump's strategic reserves. Is it just hopium? Cryptocurrency prices and meme coins continue climbing early Monday after President Trump on Sunday detailed plans for the U.S. strategic reserves. However, the rally was short-lived after President Trump announced tariffs on Mexico and Canada will go ahead. Bitcoin fell back to below 87,000 by Monday afternoon. Meanwhile, not everyone is sold on Trump's inclusion of altcoins in the reserves. So people are like, what do you think, Pimpy? What do you think? I'm going to tell you the same thing I said before. I don't have no faith in cryptocurrencies. I'm more of a gold and silver kind of person. But keep this in mind. If you're really good at reading the markets, then by all means, boo-boo, do you. If you have some discretionary funds and you want to place them into cryptocurrencies, whatever one you choose, and you think it's going to go up, that's fine and dandy. Just make sure the money that you're investing, you can afford to lose altogether just in case. And when it gets to a predetermined value that you've decided before you invested into it, that you know for sure you want to sell it at, remember, take out your profits. Don't just leave them in there. Because if you leave them in there and everything goes to crap, you're going to lose everything. So if I invest $10,000 into cryptocurrencies and I say I really just want to double it, so as soon as it hits 20,000, I get rid of them and I have my 10,000 profit. Because last time cryptocurrencies dropped, if you all remember, when they started taking a nosedive, everybody tried to get into their different platforms. Whether if it was Robinhood or whether you use Coinbase, no matter what platform you use, you couldn't get in to move them into a stablecoin to save your money. Or you couldn't sell them off because you couldn't get into the platforms. And this has happened on multiple times over the years. So you'd be taking a risk. So if you really believe that cryptos are going to take off because the United States is going to use them as part of their reserve strategy, well, then maybe you buy them now that they're down. And once they're up, then sell them. So yes, you have a chance to make money off of cryptocurrencies. But if you remember at one time, it got as high as, $65,000 and then dropped all the way down to 16,000. People had heart attacks, man. There's no way to predict whether it's going to go up or down. So not only were people having a heart attack when the price dropped down to the $16,000, but they were panicking and they started selling their tokens because they didn't want to incur any more losses. The smart move would have been just leave it in there. So the real goal is, what are you trying to accomplish? What is your goal with the cryptocurrency? If I'm thinking short term, that means I'm going to leave my money in there no longer than a year, short term. If I invest $10,000, what am I anticipating my $10,000 will turn into? Let's say my goal really is to double it. I put in 10,000. I think I could double my money from 10,000 to 20,000. That's your goal. So once it hits 20,000, don't leave it in there any longer. If your goal was to turn it into 20,000, take the money out. Most people make the mistake of leaving it in there and then they lose everything should the market take a dive, like I was explaining here. So let's say I invest my $10,000, but by the miracle of God, 3 weeks later, it turns into 20,000. That's really good. Take out your money. You've achieved your goal. But let's say you're telling yourself, wow, man, I put in that 10,000 and it doubled in a very short period of time. I think it's going to continue to go up. Don't make the mistake of not taking out your profits. Still take out that $10,000 and leave the other 10,000 in there. Leave it in there and allow it to continue to accumulate value for you. But don't make the mistake of leaving that all in there. Remember, take out the profits and now you're playing with house money. If you're thinking long term that, hey, I want to hold on to cryptocurrencies because I believe it's going to be worth, like the people say $500,000 or $1 million or whatever heck goal you think it's going to hit, then if you're thinking long term, you invest your $10,000 in there, then who cares? You just leave it in there. Whether the market's up or down, you really don't care all that much because these are the normal habits of the market. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. But you're thinking in the long term, it's really going to accumulate a lot of value. So you're not paying attention every single day to the markets. Just leave the cryptos where they were. So back here, when cryptos got up to 65,000 and you're a long-term investor, sure, you're happy about where it got to. But when it drops all the way down here to 16,000, you're not panicking. Sure, it's on your mind and you're concerned, but you're long-term. It's just a loss. You hope it rebounds. And sure enough, not only did it rebound, but it rebound in a big way. So if it goes down again, you're not panicking. You just leave it in there. You're expecting in the long term, it'll all pay out and you'll be a happy camper. For me, I like slow and steady. Precious metals, you can't go wrong with, especially if you're physically holding the precious metals. To me, that's a safe bet. You can see that gold is at $2,903.20 for the day. That's per ounce. Silver is at $31.86 an ounce. That's really good from when I first was talking to people about this. So the same thing with precious metals. Are you thinking long-term or short-term? Because if you're thinking long-term, you're really not paying attention to the everyday price because you are aware that the markets, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. But if I'm invested into precious metals, I keep it with me at all times. I physically have the precious metals. To me, that is a safer bet than anything else that's out there. So once again, people ask me, Pimpy, what do you think? Sure, if I had $10,000, I might think about going short term. If it gets to 20,000, then I'm going to take out my profits or I take all of it out. But I wouldn't do anything long term. That's just my opinion. Now, I did stock watch not once, but twice. I created 2 fictitious portfolio. In just a year's time, they returned super huge profits. So people ask me if I could do that again. I'm going to do that again. Because there are some people in the group who actually invest in the ones that I'm talking about, and they've done pretty good. Last time on my second portfolio, Nvidia did a stock split. It was 10-1. As a matter of fact, there wasn't just Nvidia. There was 2 stocks which did a stock split, and your one stock became 10. That's a really good thing to happen for you. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.